everybody. It's Lynn with Living Currents, Energy and Life Coaching. And today on Mind Blowing Energy and You, there is no guest. Actually, I thought I would take this opportunity to talk to everybody about a couple of things that are in regards to the podcast. One of them being, actually, I would like to ask anybody that does receive the podcast if you could please share it, especially with Facebook. Um, I'm sure more than a few of you have run into the problem with Facebook changing their algorithms of how things are being shared and distributed. And the one thing I'm finding is a lot of the guests are coming back and saying that, you know what, there are people reaching out to them, they're looking to them for help. And what I'm running into is the problem that, we're not reaching enough people. And I would really love to get the podcast out there and have more people have the opportunity to see all of the amazing people that are available to help you in whatever, I guess, strikes you or connects with you or any way you want to look at it. But getting more shares, I guess, and if anybody has any comments, just dealing within the Facebook realm of social media has become a bit more of a challenge these days. So I just thought I'd reach out to a few people and just see if, we could get a little bit more sharing going on and start letting people find new ways to get help for themselves. Also, actually, in regards to sharing and everything, I would like to reach out to any of the manifestors out there that are listening to the podcast. Actually, it doesn't take very many of us to manifest the podcast being distributed in a much greater range of people and avenues. So if you happen to be meditating or just feel like manifesting while you're driving, just try and remember, Mind Blowing Energy in You, the podcast, and manifesting it into something so much bigger. That would be the coolest thing ever to see that happen. As well, actually, the podcast is growing, and that's why I would like to continue that momentum. And in that regard, if you have a business or even if you just live your life in accordance with some of the things we talk about, whether it's law of attraction or just energy and the universal energy, how it fits into your life and how you use it. If you're comfortable with it and interested, you can certainly apply to be a guest on the podcast. I would love to have a chat with you. And if you're kind of matching up with what the podcast stands for, we would love to have you as a guest. Also, and another part of the podcast growing is sponsorship. I do have a sponsorship package, and if anybody, if your business or even a private person, and you want to sponsor the podcast, I do have some great deals right now because the podcast is still fairly new. So if you'd be interested in sponsoring, that's another opportunity for you as well. And just as a quick finishing note is Mind Blowing Energy and You is going to be a workshop. It is going to be a one-day workshop introducing, fairly newcomers that are open-minded and willing to be curious and take a look at life from a very different angle. And so the one-day workshop will introduce us to the world of energy, feeling it physically, how to become aware of it, just the different variety of ways that actually we can enhance our energy, how we can change our lives through energy, and just make some shifts that we've always wanted, and just have a bigger understanding of who we are and the world that we live in. So that's, I know it's a quick podcast for today, but just to kind of go back here a little, so we're talking about sharing the podcast a little bit more if possible. All you need to do is hit that share button. It's not too hard, and I would really appreciate it. As well as, like I said, if there are any manifestors out there, please feel free to manifest something much bigger and universal for Mind Blowing Energy and You, the podcast. And as well, if you'd be interested in being a guest or interested in looking at the sponsorship package, that would be amazing as well. And thirdly, that Mind Blowing Energy and You is going to be a one-day workshop, hopefully coming up towards the end of the summer or early September. So that's it for today. And thank you, everybody, for all of the support that you have shown so far. And I can't wait for the podcast to become even bigger and just have more amazing guests. Like, seriously, I have met some of the coolest people just through doing this. And it has been, like, I can't even describe actually how interesting it has been to hear of the different ways that people use energy, the different modalities that are available, the crossover between modalities. Yeah, it's an amazing world we live in right now. And I just want to share it with everybody. So, Mind Blowing Energy and You, the podcast, hopefully becoming just a giant universal experience. All right, once again, everybody, go and have a great week, and we will see you next time.